Let's get right into it. Number 10. Tipping. Tipping used to be simple. A server refilled your water, remembered your order, and you left a tip. That made sense. Now, you grab your own bag off a counter, and a screen spins around. It's waiting. It has 3 glowing buttons, 18%, 20%, 25%, and then, in tiny grayed-out letters at the bottom, no tip. The no tip button is always smaller, always positioned like the wrong answer on a test. This is by design. It's called choice architecture, arranging options so you pick the one they want. And it works. Tipping at counter service spots has skyrocketed. Not because service got better, but because a screen and a cashier are staring at you. The business handed you a glowing rectangle and made you feel guilty. You are now doing their payroll. Some coffee shops default the screen to 30%. You have to actively change it down. Most people don't. The owner said it increased revenue, not service. Even fully automated self-checkout kiosks now ask for a tip. No human involved, just a machine, a screen, and your credit card. That's not generosity. That's a software update that costs the company nothing and makes them money forever. Number 9. Shrinkflation. That bag of chips you bought isn't just your imagination. It really is lighter. That's shrinkflation. A company sells a product for $4.99. Next year, they want to charge more, but they know a price hike will make you think twice. So, instead, they keep the price at $4.99, keep the bag looking the same, and just put less product inside. You paid the same, you got less, you probably didn't even notice. Your brain tracks the price tag, not the net weight printed in tiny letters on the back. Companies know this. Doritos went from 9.75 ounces to 9.25. Gatorade shrank their bottles from 32 ounces to 28. Häagen-Dazs containers went from 16 ounces to 14. This is worse than a price increase. A price increase is honest. Shrinkflation hides the change. Some companies even redesign packaging to conceal it, like adding a deeper indentation to the bottom of a jar. That little dip in your peanut butter isn't a design choice. That's stolen peanut butter. When they do the opposite and add more, they call it a bonus pack and shout 20% more free on the front. When they shrink it, total silence. Number 8. Luxottica. One company makes almost every pair of glasses you've ever seen, Luxottica. You've never heard of them, but you've heard of Ray-Ban, Oakley, Prada, Versace, and Chanel. All the same company. Luxottica also owns Lens Crafters, Sunglass Hut, and Pearl Vision. They are the glasses industry. A standard pair of frames costs about $2 to make. They sell it to you for $400. That's a 20,000% markup. They can do this because you need to see. Those Prada frames aren't made by Prada, just license their name to Luxottica. You're paying for a logo that was applied in the same factory that puts a different logo on a different frame down the assembly line. When Oakley tried to compete, Luxottica pulled their products from all its stores. Oakley's stock collapsed. Luxottica bought them for cheap. Online companies like Warby Parker exist because of this. They said, what if glasses just cost what they actually cost? And a $100 pair of glasses felt like a steal. That's how warped the baseline got. We celebrated paying a $100 for $2 of plastic because at least it wasn't $400. Number 7. Food delivery app fees. You open an app, order from your favorite local restaurant, and feel good about supporting local. That restaurant is paying the app up to 30% of your order in commission. 30%. If you spend $40 on dinner, the app takes $12 before the restaurant sees a dime. Restaurants can't absorb a 30% cut, so they do the only logical thing. They raise their prices on the app. The burger that costs $12 in the restaurant now costs $16 on the app. You're paying more. The restaurant is earning less. The app sits in the middle collecting the difference. Some apps also charge restaurants extra just to appear higher in search results. The first result for pizza isn't the best. Pizza, it's the one that paid the most to be there. These apps run ads about supporting local businesses, but many owners are trapped. If they're not on the app, they're invisible to customers who have been trained to use it. It's a hostage situation with a friendly logo. Number 6. Real estate agent commissions. You're buying a house. Your agent's job is to help you get the best deal. They represent you, except for one detail. The seller pays them. The person on the other side of the negotiation is paying your guy. The seller lists a house for $500,000 and agrees to a 6% commission, $30,000. Half goes to their agent, half goes to yours. Your agent gets $15,000 paid by the seller. Your agent is supposed to help you negotiate the price down, but every time the price drops, their paycheck does, too. If you talk the price down by $20,000, your agent just lost hundreds of dollars. So, when you suggest a low offer, your agent might suddenly get nervous, urging you to go in at asking price to be safe. They're steering you toward the outcome that pays them more. A 2024 lawsuit cracked this system open, ruling it was anti-competitive, but the practice continues because it feels normal. The money comes from you, laundered through the sale price, so it feels invisible. Number 5. Drug patent evergreening. A drug company invents a medication and gets a 20-year patent. No one else can make a cheaper generic copy. But, right before year 20, they discover an improvement, a new coating, a new dosage, and file a new patent. The clock resets for another 20 years. This is called evergreening. The generic version that would cost $4 stays off the market, while the brand name that costs $400 remains the only option. When AstraZeneca's patent on their heartburn drug Prilosec was expiring, they tweaked the molecule slightly and called it Nexium, the new and improved purple pill. Studies showed it wasn't meaningfully better, but doctors prescribed it, and the nearly identical cheap version was ignored. Humira, the best-selling drug in history, has over 250 patents filed by its maker, AbbVie, for one drug. Each one is a tiny wall keeping generics out. Humira costs around $80,000 a year in the US. In Germany, where this is not allowed, it costs about $8,000. Same drug. Patents were meant to reward innovation. Evergreening is inventing a reason to keep charging the old price. Number 4. Data brokers. You download a free app. It needs access to your contacts, location, and microphone. That data, along with data from dozens of other apps, gets packaged and sold to companies called data brokers. Their entire business is to know everything about you and sell it. There are over 4,000 of them. One company, Axiom, has profiles on over 2.5 billion people, knowing your name, address, income, health conditions, and political views. Some have sold lists of domestic abuse victims to advertisers because vulnerable people are easier to sell to. Technically, you agreed to this on page 47 of the terms and conditions you scrolled past. Data brokers claim they only collect public information, but your location at 2 a.m. is not public. Your medical search history is not public. They collect it anyway, selling your entire digital life for pennies per profile. You are worth less to these companies than a gumball. Number 3. Charity at the register. You're at the checkout. Would you like to donate $1 to children's hospitals today? You think, sure, I'm a good person, and tap yes. That dollar goes to a real charity, but the store gets to take all the credit. They put up a giant sign. We raised $2 million for sick kids. Not. Our customers raised $2 million. We did. It's a massive PR campaign that you just funded, making them look like heroes. Nobody lied to you. They didn't say the money was coming from them. They just let you assume it. And you did because you're standing there with groceries, the cashier is watching, and people are in line behind you. This doesn't happen in a quiet room where you can think. That's the whole design. Number 2. Planned obsolescence. In 1924, the world's biggest light bulb companies formed a secret cartel. At the time, bulbs lasted 2,500 hours. The cartel agreed to deliberately make them worse, setting a limit of 1,000 hours and finding any company whose bulbs lasted too long. They were fined for making a product that was too good. That was the birth of planned obsolescence, designing something to break on purpose. Today, it's just sneakier. Apple was caught slowing down older iPhones through software updates, calling it battery management, and paying a $500 fine. Printers are practically given away because the printer is the bait. The ink is where they make their money. Some printer ink costs more per ounce than human blood. Your AirPods battery is glued inside, so you can't replace it. When it dies, you're expected to buy a new pair.